Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, Tyson Fury vs Francis Ngannou is announced officially. Pantoja reveals that he was driving for Uber Eats 2 fights ago. Strickland narrates traumatic story of dad's alleged attempted murder of his mom. And Brandon Moreno and Dan Hooker suffered broken bones during their thrilling fights at UFC 290. Pantoja reveals that he was driving for Uber Eats just 2 fights ago. Alexander Pantoja, who became the champion of the flyweight division this weekend at UFC 290, has revealed that he was driving for Uber Eats 2 fights ago. Pantoja has overcome a lot of adversity on his journey to become UFC flyweight champion, and Ariel Helwani revealed more about his inspiring story. The cannibal made his return at the cage at UFC 290 on Saturday night against Brandon Moreno. While many likely didn't know, the contest was actually a trilogy bout. In prior outings in 2016 and 2018, Pantoja claimed victory over the Assassin Baby, and at UFC 290, he delivered a hat trick over the Mexican superstar. On the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani, Pantoja revealed that he was doing Uber Eats as a part-time fighter as recently as August 2021. It was only after a submission win over Brandon Royval that he was able to quit thanks to a performance of the night bonus stemming from that win. Due to the pandemic and a need to get his family to the US, he had to pick up another job.
It's for me, And that moment, I won the fight of Manel, and I put all the money in the down payment for that house, and bring my family back. This is the more important to myself. But when my family back, the money short money, and my wife start to clean houses, and I'm start to drive Uber. But this is I do this again if I need, because it's not just about myself. Just this is about my family, This is about my kids, my 2 boys. Now both have the better English, much better what I have, what I never gonna have, and I give you a support for my kids, And I drive Uber. I make some jiu-jitsu tournaments to help. And after the fight with Royval, 1 week before that fight, I'm delivering Uber Eats, and that's running. And I'm sick. And when I go to the fight week, I'm very sick, and I'm very scared to take the COVID again, And I just pray to not be a COVID, because I just have a 1 month for my bills,
There is a strong demand from fans to see another fight between the entertaining flyweight competitors, and fans have compared the storyline to the rivalry between Alex Pereira and Israel Adesanya. So it will be interesting to see whether Moreno can avenge his loss if they fight for a 4th time. Strickland narrates traumatic story of his dad's alleged attempted murder of his mom. Strickland is popular for having no limits to what he says. The UFC middleweight might have made several irrational statements, but fans were shocked when Strickland gave rather an emotional story, taking us back to his trauma he faced as a child. But the UFC middleweight star was equally unfiltered. On a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, Strickland dived into his early life and how it shaped his career as a pro fighter, and went into detail about the trauma he experienced growing up in a rough household.
So I'm 17, I come home, and my dad's sitting there, my fucking brother's 45, really cool 45, and he's talking about killing himself, and I'm like,
oh God.
I'm like, dude, Dad, dude, you should do it, man. You should fucking do it.
You tell him to do it?
Well, I'm like, dude, your wife's fucking her boss. Your wife's cheating on you. You're fucking poor. You're a drug addict. Where's your path to success from here?
You were telling him this at 14?
No, I was 17. I was like, where is your? I mean, fuck, dude, I would tell him at 14. I probably would have at 14. I probably would pull the trigger, But I was like, dude, I was training now. I was in a better place. So I was like, where's your fucking path to success here? Where's your happy ending? I mean, there was at one point where I fucking took the gun, put to his head, put his hand on the trigger, and I said, just fucking, when you're a minor sociopath too, you kind of get power out of that. You kind of get a little kick out of it. Oh yeah, what if I could make him kill himself?
But Strickland wasn't done. The UFC fighter went on to state that his father left pornographic cassettes in his sister's VCR. But Strickland ironically thinks that his dad deserves some accolades in the least. As per Strickland, his father, while dying of cancer, admitted that he wasn't the best father, but took credit for not molesting his son. Without any doubt, Strickland's father had a role in making Strickland have a no-care attitude towards life, but hopefully he gets over it. Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou is finally announced. Francis Ngannou wanted to test his boxing skills against the best that the sweet science of boxing has to offer, and now his dream has come true. Fury said in a press release, "As soon as that bell goes, it'll be bombs away. This guy is supposed to be the hardest puncher in the world, but let's see how he reacts when he gets KO'd by Big GK. I can't wait to get back out there, under the lights. I'm looking forward to showing the world that the Gypsy King is the greatest fighter of his generation in an epic battle, with another master of his craft." Francis looks tough when he jumped in the ring after the White fight, but there is no one tougher than me, and you'll see that in devastating fashion on October 28th. Meanwhile, Ngannou commented, "I've been waiting to meet Tyson in the ring for the past 3 years. My dream was always to box, and to box the best. After becoming the undisputed MMA heavyweight champion, this is my opportunity to make that dream come true and cement my position as the baddest man on the planet. All I will say to Tyson for now is he better dance in that ring, because if I touch him, he's gonna sleep." Fury ends his absence from the ring following last December's dominant victory over Derek Chisora, where a 10th round stoppage led to a third defense of the WBC World Championship. For Ngannou, this would be his first fight since his successful title defense against Cyril Gane. Since then, Ngannou subsequently signed an unprecedented mega deal as a global strategic partner with global MMA co-leader PFL and their Super Fights division in 2023. Ngannou doesn't tout any boxing experience, but he owns the most powerful punch in the world, as confirmed by the Guinness Book of World Records. The fight will take place under the official rules of professional boxing, with 3 judges ringside adopting a 10-point must-scoring system. No doubt MMA fans are going to tune in for this fight as it settles the argument of the baddest man on the planet. Brandon Moreno and Dan Hooker suffered broken bones during their thrilling fights at UFC 290. Pantoja took Moreno's show money at UFC 290 and also took a part of him as he left the cage. After the fight, it was discovered that Moreno had suffered a broken right hand, and according to the fighter, he had fought 4 rounds with the injury. But Moreno wasn't the only one on the card. Dan Hooker and Jalene Turner's fight at UFC 290 was a thrilling 3-round spectacle that saw both fighters exchange big blows and leave everything in the octagon. Without any doubt, the fight was grueling, frantic, and a brawl. Both fighters showed incredible heart and tenacity, and they left everything in the octagon, but it also saw them take lots of punishment. Despite Hooker winning the fight via split decision, Turner also had his moments in the fight, and he landed some big shots that had Hooker in trouble. However, Hooker was able to weather the storm and come back stronger in the later rounds, even with a broken arm. The Hangman revealed that he broke his arm and orbital bone during the fight with Turner. He said his whole right arm went dead, so that he had to control Turner with his left hand. But even though that's not how he wanted to win, Hooker had to do what he had to do to get the victory. His broken arm was further confirmed by an X-ray, which showed that he had broken his ulna bone in his right arm. We wish Moreno and Hooker a speedy recovery. Hey guys, if you'd love to continue watching our videos, kindly subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like and comment.